As you can see, the traffic is now being forwarded through the WireGuard VPN IP, and the ping to google.com is working fine as well. We can also access Google, and the public internet IP has now been replaced with the VPS IP in Singapore. Hi, everyone. In this video, I will show you how to set up a WireGuard VPN server on a VPS and connect it to a MikroTik router. Before we start, let's first understand what WireGuard VPN is and why it's becoming so popular. WireGuard is a modern and lightweight VPN protocol that provides fast, secure, and simple connections. It uses advanced encryption, delivers high performance, and is easy to configure. It supports many platforms, including Windows, macOS, Linux, Android, and iOS, and also works on network devices like MikroTik, making it a flexible solution for secure connections anywhere. In this scenario, we will set up a VPN server on a VPS and configure the MikroTik router to route all traffic through the VPS. As you can see, we have a LAN client connected to a MikroTik router, which is directly connected to the ISP modem providing internet for this location. The VPS is hosted on Akamai Cloud, where we have a public IP as shown here. Once the VPN tunnel is established between the MikroTik and the VPS, all traffic will go through the VPS, and the public IP of your clients will be changed accordingly. Let's start the setup together. Here is my VPS server, and it's running Ubuntu 24.04. And this is the public IP as you can see here. Now, let's start the setup, as I've already prepared everything in my notes. First, we need to make sure our server is updated and upgraded to the latest packages before installing the WireGuard server. Alright, as you can see here, my server is already updated and running the latest version. Next, we'll install the WireGuard server by running the following command. Alright, we've successfully installed the WireGuard server package. Next, we need to enable IPv for forwarding. By default, it's disabled, so we need to uncomment this line to enable it. Then, we can use this command to verify it. After that, we'll generate the private and public keys using these commands and store them in the WireGuard directory. Alright, we've generated both the private and public keys. Next, copy the private key and place it into the configuration file. As you can see, this is the WireGuard configuration file, where we set the VPN gateway, port, private key, and routing rules. Copy and paste the key where we generated it earlier. We just created the config file in the WireGuard directory. Then, copy this configuration and paste it into the config file. That's it for the first step. Now, let's move on to configuring the MikroTik router. As you can see, this is my MikroTik router. We have two interfaces, one for internet access and another for the LAN network, and the IP addresses are already configured for both. I've also configured a DHCP server for the LAN network. Alright, now, start configuring the WireGuard client on the MikroTik router. First, create the WireGuard interface. Once created, the private and public keys will be generated automatically. Next, create a VPN peer to connect to the WireGuard VPN server. Set the peer name and enter the public key obtained from the WireGuard server. Now, go back to the WireGuard server. Copy the public key allocated here. Just copy this public key and paste it into the public key field. And set the endpoint to the WireGuard server's public IP. And endpoint port, which is the server's listening port 51820. The last setting is the allowed address, which defines the traffic routed through the WireGuard server. Then click Apply to complete. After that, assign an IP address to the WireGuard interface. The IP address must be in the same network as the WireGuard server's IP. I'm assigning the IP dot to 154/24 and select VPN interface. Next, go to Firewall and NAT, then add a new rule. Set the chain to ShirkNAT, choose the WireGuard interface as the out interface, and set the action to Masquerade. Then apply OK. Next, go to IP and routes to configure the routing. We'll change the distance of the current default route to 10, so it acts as a backup if the VPS route goes down, and set the scope to 10 for faster failover. We also need to add a specific route to the VPS public IP through the existing internet connection, with the same distance as the default route via the VPS, to ensure the VPN can be established. Alright, once done, add the VPS public IP, set the distance and scope to 10, and then click Apply and OK. Finally, add a default route through the WireGuard interface with the distance of 1 and scope set to 10, then click Apply to complete the routing setup. Additionally, we can configure Netwatch to monitor the connection between the MikroTik router and the WireGuard VPN IP. Just set a name, use the WireGuard VPN IP as the host, and set the source address to the IP assigned to the WireGuard interface. You can also adjust the interval to 5 seconds for faster detection. As you can see, it detects that the connection is down because we haven't completed the setup on the WireGuard VPN server yet. Now, let's copy the public key from the WireGuard client and add it to the WireGuard server to allow and establish the connection. Alright, I just copy all of this and go to the WireGuard server to add the config. Just open the configuration file and paste it here. Then save the configuration. Now, run this command to enable auto start, then start the service. Alright, the service is now running. Let's check the VPN status. As you can see, both TX and ARCs now show traffic passing through. And the Netwatch monitoring status is now up as well. Now, let's verify the connection. As you can see, the traffic is now being forwarded through the WireGuard VPN IP, and the ping to google.com is working fine as well. We can also access Google, and the public internet IP has now been replaced with the VPS IP in Singapore. Alright, as you can see, the VPS IP and the client's internet IP are now the same. Now, let's test the failover. When the VPN goes down, the traffic will automatically switch back to the original internet connection. As you can see, the default route is currently active through the VPN interface. Once I disable the VPN interface, the standby route becomes active again. I've disabled it now, and as you can see, the standby route has become active. And the Netwatch monitor also detects that the connection is down. Let's check the connection. We can still access the internet normally, but now the traffic is going through the original internet connection. Now, let's check the internet IP address. Okay, as you can see, the client is now accessing the internet using the original internet IP address. Now enable the VPN interface back. Just a second, the connection switches back and all traffic is routed through the VPS. That's great and everything working as expected. That's all for this video. We set up a WireGuard VPN server on a VPS and configured a MikroTik client to route all traffic through it, with failover for reliability. WireGuard provides fast performance, strong security, and simple configuration, making it a flexible and powerful VPN solution. If you found this helpful, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more content.